it's something that, I had to deal with in one of my last relationships, is, the disagreement on kids. It's a big one that a lot of people have.
So how are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you having like any fun plans coming up for Christmas?
So my mom is coming out for Christmas, and then I'm doing my birthday is right after. So I'm doing a little fun birthday trip down to Cabo. So I'm excited.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Now I know you guys just wrapped season 5. So can you tease anything what's to come for the next season?
Well, you kind of saw the news, the media outlets. But yeah, I think, you get to see a little bit more. I think there was a really big storyline in season 4, and now you get to see a little bit more of everyone's personal lives. And I prefer season 5. I think it's going to be even better. And I thought season 4 was good, but I think 5 is going to be even better.
Right. The teaser trailer was brief, but what we see is like Chrishell and Jason kissing. So it's kind of like, is season 5, do we get to see their whole relationship timeline up until their breakup, or is that going to be part of the next season?
Yeah, I think their relationship is definitely, you get to see it on season 5 for sure. And you get to see, how everything plays out. So I think it'll be really cool and interesting. And obviously people will be able to connect,
Mm-hmm.
So obviously different relationship things go on all the time, So I think it's cool because people get to really connect and resonate with each individual.
Well, I want to hear like your point of view when you heard, that they split. Did you hear about it in the news, or did you get a text?
No, me and Chrishell are very close. I'm close with Jason as well. So I knew obviously before. And, of course, I was sad for them, but they ultimately came to the decision as adults. If everybody in the entire world could follow how they handle a breakup, I think the world would be a better place. So, they handled it very well, and they communicated, very well with each other. So you'll get to see a little bit of that for sure on season 5.
No, can you understand from her point of view that it's like she wanted kids and he didn't? Like, is that a big deal breaker?
Yeah, I think for women and just people in general, when you want kids, you want them, and I think it's important that, we as women stand strong with that, because some guys don't. And I know that it's something that, I had to deal with in one of my last relationships, is, the disagreement on kids. It's a big one that a lot of people have. So, I personally literally dealt with a similar situation where, I wanted kids and he didn't want them the same way I did. So.
Is this the ex that's part of the show?
Yeah, and I do think that it's funny because now we're actually really good friends, and now he wants kids and all that, so I think it does take guys longer to get there, but some women, we're just born with that maternal instinct to see a baby and want it. Not everyone, but for me specifically. So I didn't know if he would ever get there, but no, I think he's definitely in a place where he wants them now, but.
So, I could name him, right? Because he's out there, Peter.
Yeah, you can say his name. It's loud.
Yeah. So in 2018, you guys ended your engagement, you were living together, and then you just stayed friends. And now you said you're still friends. So, is there any chance you can get back with him?
I think we made the decision to go our separate ways, for numerous reasons. Obviously, in life, I feel like you can never say never. But right now, at this point, I'm potentially dating other people. I don't know what he's doing, but I do think he ideally would like to end up with me, and he makes that very clear. But right now, friendship is fine.
Okay. And what's his take on him being in the middle of all the drama? He's not even on the show. His name isn't actually used on the show, but still you and the other girls are all talking about him.
I think ideally he would have preferred not to be mentioned and not to, but of course he knew it was going to be touched on. Clearly, there's 2 people involved that, I was now joining the cast in The Office and everything else. So he knew it was going to be touched on to the level that it went. No, he kind of heard obviously rumblings of what was going on as we were filming and everything, stuff that was mentioned that was just He was just eye rolling,
Yeah. He's ignoring my emails too. So.
Yeah, no, he saw them though, because he told me.
Yeah, it was like, we have to reach out for a comment, and like, I guess he just doesn't want to talk. So.
Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't want anything to do with it. I mean, obviously, it's not a secret. Like, of course he dated, 2 people or whatever. But, the lie that was said on the show, stuff like that. Like there's not even like a 1% chance that that's true. I mean, clearly we all know that. And there's I think that would have been the only thing that he would have potentially addressed. And who knows, he still might want to deal with whatever, but.
So he said, like, no, I never proposed to her. We weren't engaged.
They were never engaged. He made that very clear. He was laughing when it was mentioned, and everyone knows that. Jason and Brett, I mean, it's not even like a negotiable, there's not there's literally a 0% chance.
Right. Wow. And now where it left off was like Christine didn't know about coming back into the office. So what ended up happening when she comes back? Like, is that awkward that you have to like leave her desk that you originally took it?
I mean, I think just when you have to be in the office in general with somebody that's done a lot of negative things to you and people that are in the office, you can cut the tension with a knife, and it's very, it's not super enjoyable, but I think that, we are all adults and I think we handle it really well. I mean, at least majority of people do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as like a fan of the show, it's like, are you guys actually in there every day? Or like, do you just have schedules where, okay, you guys have to come here to film? Like, how does that work being in the office?
Yeah, I mean, I think with anything, especially in real estate, no one's ever all in the office every single day. I mean, especially with showings and everything like that, it's sporadic who's in the office. And you do see that on camera too, because if you look at it, it's not always a full group of girls or Jason and Brett. Sometimes one of the twins is there. Sometimes some of the girls are there. So it is how it is in real life.
And even like it's kind of like team, you guys, like Chrishell, you, Heather, and then there's like another team. So is it like still divided or has anyone made up?
Well, I don't know if it's another team or another individual, but I mean, nothing's been resolved on that front. And, I think a lot of the other girls, they might not get involved. They know what's going on and they're aware of it. And, people don't agree with the behavior.
Right. I know. Cause it left off with like her and Mary having this talk. So it's kind of like, we have to stay tuned.
Yeah. And I was proud of Mary. I was really proud of Mary for sticking up for herself, sticking up for everybody. Cause, it's not an easy thing to do, but, she held strong and I'm really proud of her. I mean, Mary's the sweetest person in the entire world.
And now, of course, like Christina's spoken out, like kind of make it seem like you guys were mean girls. When you watch back, do you ever get that you guys acted like mean girls towards her? Or
no, not in the slightest bit. I mean, the thing is, there's not one girl that is supposed to be in the mean girls group that's mean. So it's like, it's virtually impossible. Like these are literally the sweetest girls in the entire world that welcomed me with open arms. And I see the way they interact with each other. I mean, there's not arguments, like we all support one another. And I mean, I'm definitely like women empowerment and women supporting other women. So it's virtually impossible to even make that statement.
And now what's like the vibe like with everyone, especially Jason and Chrishell? Are you guys just all like friendly now? Like, is there any awkwardness post-split?
No, I mean, I was actually friends with Jason before Chrishell, of course, because I knew him sooner. And then me and Chrishell just formed this like unbreakable bond. And, I love and adore them both. So for me, like, I know that I'm like equally as good of friends with them as they are with each other now. I mean, they have a really great friendship. I mean, they're literally best friends. So, and they've remained really close throughout even the breakup, which is nice.
Oh, that's good. And now are you like, because you and Chrishell are like single now, you know, do you go on blind double dates together? Like, how do you find potential new guys to date?
Well, we haven't done that yet. I'm not going to rule it out. It could happen, but we haven't done that yet. Honestly, I haven't been dating, even though I'm single. I haven't really been dating lately. I've been so busy with work and everything else. But I'm sure, of course, me and Chrishell, you know, single together, we'll have some fun girl time.
Do you prefer guys like in real estate, or like, do you have a type that you usually date?
I would say, it's so funny because somebody just asked me this, and I would say right now in my life, I feel like I'm most attracted to like a businessman, like a really, you know, even if they're super nerdy, because I'm actually like a really big nerd. So I feel like I would like somebody that, you know, just a good guy, of course, wants kids, family oriented, loyal, which is most important. But I think I'm most attracted to the businessmen right now.
Oh, nice. And you have like a private jet. Like, you seem like such a jet setter. Like, your life just seems so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love to travel. And for me, honestly, majority of the time it's work. So, you know, I'm going to Cabo for my birthday, so that will be fun. I'm excited for that. But I mean, when I go back and forth to the East Coast, obviously it's to see my family, but my manufacturing facility is back there for my company. So it's like, I have to go. I have no choice but to be bi-coastal and a jet setter.
Right. I mean, when you took on the Oppenheim group full time, did you find it hard to balance that and then managing Emma, Lee and co?
Yeah, I mean, I wear a lot of hats, but I was saying, you know, I joked at the beginning, I was doing, you know, 10, 12-hour days. And then at that point I was doing 15, by the end of like filming and everything else, I was doing 15-hour days. I'm not even kidding, because I have clients in Singapore. So I was, you know, doing Zoom meetings with them, and I had to do that, some early in the morning, some late at night. But of course I tried to balance as best I could. I hired a little bit, you know, I hired another team because I needed some extra hands, which I'm very hands-on. So it's hard for me to, you know, have somebody else step in. So that's been a balance.
I mean, what do you think the future holds? Like, is this something you want to continue doing full time, or do you think you're going to cut down a little bit with the Oppenheim group?
No, I mean, it's something that I really enjoy. I think that, you know, I've been investing for years now. So my investments, you know, I don't need to be hands-on with that. My food company, I'm growing it to another level, but those are the two that I'm balancing right now. But I think real estate is, I can at some point have a full team that's doing Emily and Co. and stuff like that. Real estate, I really enjoy doing. So, I mean, I do think it's staying in my future.
Yeah, I like that this show, it's not like, you know, you guys are just reality stars. Like, this is your real life. Like, you're working hard to make the money. Like, you know, do you feel like it's a fair portrayal of everyone's life?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it is our real life, you know what I mean? So that's why, like, when the relationships and drama and everything is like, yeah, it makes for great TV, but at the end of the day, this is our real life. So these are actually our real emotions and stuff like that. So that can be difficult, but at the same time, you know, people sitting at home will be able to, if they're going through a similar situation, resonate with that character and that individual. And, you know, if it brings some, for me, like, I love getting the messages saying that I'm inspiring young girls, you know, to go out and start investing or doing something like that, you know?
So when you watched season 4 back, was there anything they didn't show that you wish they would have shown more of?
Well, of course, like me and my personality and my heart and, you know, things like that. And, you know, there was a focus on the dynamic between Christine and I and everything else. And I just feel like you know, for me, I knew that I would have to address it, but to the level that it went, I didn't think that it was going to be that big of a story and topic line and stuff like that. But, you know, it was created that way because, you know, she decided to keep it going, you know, so that's what happened. We had to address everything. But I just feel like for me, I would have preferred to, you know, talk about, you know, where I've come from, my heart. And, you know, I'm a super loving, caring person, and I've worked really hard. It's been, you know, everything I've accomplished has not been easy. Like I can't sit here and pretend that that's been easy. So you didn't get to see exactly who I was as a person. And I mean, you kind of get to see it, but not to the level. But season 5, you get to see more.
Oh, good. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if it was producers or whatever, but it's like, you came to whoever was at a new showing and then it was just so random that, okay, let's talk about Christine, like it seems like you guys were being asked to like keep talking about her.
There was just things that had to be addressed. But of course, yeah, I mean, me and none of the other girls would ideally like to have that be any storyline of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was, actions that had to be addressed. And obviously for the audience to figure out what's going on, I do understand that, you almost have to spell out what's going on in order to address it. So, we understand that, but yeah, we're not sitting around on a typical girls' night out. Like we're focusing on fun things,
So how many listings do you usually have at one time? Because like it seems like it's, one big $1 million sale at a time, but I feel like you're also juggling a million others.
It's with real estate. The funny thing is you can have a crazy, 3-month stretch where you have 10, 12 listings at a time. And then you could go another like 3 months later and have, a little bit of a dry spell where, especially it depends on, right around Christmas time, a lot of houses will pull them off the market and then relist it in January because, people are traveling, they're home with their families and stuff like that. So it's definitely varies depending on time frame.
And for you, is it like a competition between the other girls in the office, or for you, do you just want to compete with yourself, like make a bigger sale?
For me, I've always just wanted to compete with myself and, prove to, myself personally, like what I can accomplish. We're very women empowerment and we all support each other. Like when Chrishell just got an amazing listing, I'm like her biggest fan, cheering her on, I think that's what's really special about the Oppenheim group in general is that it is like family. Everyone is so close and we're all so happy for each other when any business that we're part of, and especially real estate, of course, is succeeding.
And also, like, I like when, obviously, because with Us Weekly, I like when the celebrities, are like trying to sell or buy their homes.
Of course. Oh my God, that's the best, and it's funny because we do deal with even more than, not everyone wants to come on the show, but there's definitely a lot of like celebs and stuff like that. So that's why real estate is so fun. You never know who you're going to meet, who your next client is. And then you end up forming these relationships with your clients that you do other business together. So it's great.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Is there anything else you wanted to clarify, like get off your chest about anything Selling Sunset?
Do you have any more questions?
I think I addressed a lot of them already.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I feel like you asked all the big questions. I know you sent him a couple of emails and he didn't get back to you, but he saw them.
Yeah, and you guys are like strictly just friends because I think I might have heard something about like a rumor you guys were dating. So
yeah, I think it's like if you see somebody out at a brunch, apparently now we're together, but we do business together, so I think that's what that started, and I think that was somebody starting that specifically. So I think we all know who that is, but no, I mean, right now it's just for me, I'm single and I'm enjoying it. And, you never know what's going to happen in the future, of course, but right now we're living our best lives.
And I know like they don't show any guys. Is that just because the focus is on you girls and then Brett and Jason, or like, was he asked to be on the show and just didn't want to do it?
He was considering coming on the show, more so obviously season 4 than ever before. But you never know what's going to happen in 6. That's all I can say. I mean, 5, we're done filming and stuff like that. But, he's not against it completely. I think, he saw, how I handled it and me going on and, we're a lot alike. So I think, seeing me handle it and have fun with it. And, he's a private person clearly as well.
Yeah.
But I was too. And I made the decision to come on, to inspire young people, or whoever,
So he's not even on season 5.
Well, you'll have to tune in to see. You knew I was going to say that. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely, it's something that he's considered.
Yeah. Okay. And also, I guess just with Christine, so like you guys don't really have any kind of connection outside of being able to have to film together, right? Like she doesn't like DM you privately that like no one knows about.
No, she's not coming to my Taco Tuesdays. She will not be there.
Yeah.
No, there's no, you see most of the interactions on camera.
On camera. Okay. Cool. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I'm looking forward to seeing like the new season and like what's going to happen. So I'm sure we'll like catch up again once that premieres. So
yeah, for sure. No, I'm excited. And I'm excited for you to see 5. I feel like you get to see more of who I am and everything else. So
good.
thank you so much.